Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ollie Abhain-Ananda and I'm a psychic and galactic intuitive based in Ireland. And I wanted to come out here this morning on this fine, sunny, beautiful day to share with you an energy update for this new moon, October 21st, going forward to the next new moon in November. So, as I see it, there are 4 key themes, or at least that's my refinement. There's most likely many more themes and nuances within all of that, but I've kind of narrowed it down to 4 key themes as I see them. So theme number 1 would be the resurfacing of old shadow wounds that we hold in our shadow, our unconscious, our mind, our body. And as this light is coming in now, these wounds that we've accumulated and stored from the past, this lifetime and past lifetimes, are being brought to the surface to be seen, to be acknowledged, and to be held in love, so that they can be cleared and released. So you may be experiencing or expect to experience old trauma surfacing, samskaras as they're known in Sanskrit, old toxic emotions, emotional residues from when you were a child, toxic relationships from the past, toxic environments that you've been in. Emotions like that may also be coming to the surface, which may be challenging or uncomfortable on that somatic level to feel and to re-experience that. But the invitation is to trust in the light, trust in the presence that you are, and the capacity that the divine has to alchemize this material. So it's a case of simply acknowledging, meeting with love, unconditionality, and surrendering to this clearing out. So that's theme number 1. Theme number 2 has to do with the thinning of the veil and preparations that are being made, that are ongoing behind the scenes as we approach the period of time, which we're in right now actually, where the veil between worlds is actually the thinnest. This is actually going to peak at the end of this month, October 31st, which in Irish and Old Gaelic language is known as Samhain. During this time, you can expect to be more connected to the spirit world, to your guides, to the celestial realms, and with this connection, you may be receiving guidance, information, and even downloads from your higher self. You may also be experiencing more paranormal phenomena. You may be having visitations in the night time. You may be having more vivid dreams, potentially out-of-body experiences. Also, the way that you can connect and interrelate to nature and even your animals will be different, because the veil being thinner between worlds, we're relating in a way that is much more aligned with spirit and the more etheric dimension to experience as opposed to the physical. So that's theme number 2, the thinning of the veil and bridging both worlds, and the potential for guidance to come through from your guides, your higher self, the celestial realms. That's theme number 2. Theme number 3 has to do with Gaia, our planetary mother, and the process that's going on right now for her, within her, to do with her awakening, because like us as humans, she's also going through an awakening process, a powerful transformation. And as I see it right now, her magnetic poles, the magnetic north and south poles, are being repolarized and going through a readjustment, a realignment, which also means as a consequence that our magnetic poles, we have a magnetic north and magnetic south, are also going through a repolarization, a readjustment, a realignment. And this is having massive effects in the way that the planet and us connects to other planets in the Milky Way galaxy in our solar system, as well as other star systems. So with this repolarization and realignment, we're actually coming into more of a divine relationship and divine orientation with Gaia and with the greater cosmos and universe. So you can expect there also to be symptoms associated with this shift, with this change. One of them being dizziness, potential for vertigo, even nausea, digestive issues to arise. You may also experience sudden euphoria or bliss or a sense of unconditional love that's emanating from Gaia herself. You may even feel a flow of this energy, of this love through your feet and moving up your body. You may even notice more activation of the Kundalini energy if this is something that is alive within you, or maybe even potentials for Kundalini awakenings to happen in people that actually haven't already gone through this process or had this activation. And also there may even be temporary feelings of ungroundedness, feeling a bit disconnected, let's say, from the earth and your body as the system readjusts and stabilizes in this new orientation. So what I would recommend to help navigate this process in a way that's as smooth as possible is to spend as much time in nature as you can. Get your hands on the earth, lie down on the earth, spend time with your animals, hug trees, connect to the trees. And if you don't have so much nature access around you, or you just don't have the time, connect to the plants in your home, and recognize them as Gaia, as another part of yourself, just to strengthen that connection, that relationship, and let her know that you're there with her, going through this process of awakening too. That'll really help to keep you grounded and navigate this reorientation in a smooth way, which I would sense is probably going to be going on for several months now. So yeah, that's theme number 3. Okay, final theme, number 4. Theme number 4 has to do with evil, actually. With the influx of light on the planet right now, and the rapid rate in which humanity is awakening and the planetary mother Gaia is also awakening, what you may call evil, or the demonic force, or whatever you want to call it, is being also washed to the surface for cleansing and purification in the light. And what my guides tell me to acknowledge and recognize is, yes, that we are beings of source, God, Shiva in the unmanifest sense, and the Divine Mother, Shakti, in the manifest sense, ultimately hold all the creative power. They hold all the cards when it comes to the universe and the creative potentials that we have. They are the kingdom. The kingdom is theirs. There's nothing that can really ever influence that in any way, and everything that happens is only to serve your highest good and your highest evolution, no matter how dark or sinister or evil it may seem. But at the same time, what I'm told is to recognize that in the relative sense, there is a force that has existed on this planet for thousands of years that could be called evil. And it's this evil that has infiltrated the minds of the human population, that is deeply ingrained in our human psyche. Rather, the programming and the conditioning and the manipulation that this force enacts and puts out energetically into the world has infiltrated our minds. Our minds will always be our own, our hearts, our souls, our being, that's untouchable. It's uncorruptible, unshakable. But we have to acknowledge that our minds have been corrupted in the way that we think, perceive, and orient with their belief systems. And as this darkness, this evil is being washed to the surface to be purified, we're going to see this on the internal level within our own lives. We're going to see the toxicity, the evil that has existed within our own family systems, the way we were brought up, the way we were educated, in our workplace, just out in the matrix, the old earth matrix I like to call it, because it is old and we're shifting into something much higher in frequency, new. And as we start to witness this evil, we have to see it clearly for what it is, to not be afraid of it, and to make the conscious choice to say no, a word that has been forgotten and deeply repressed, taken away from us almost, over the past centuries and thousands of years. The power we actually have just to say no. No is simply to hold something in awareness, as consciousness, as light, as a soul, and not engage with it. So that's the invitation. You see wars and conflicts in the world. You see immense suffering. Acknowledge it, but don't engage with it. I'm not going to get into a debate right now as to whether protesting is the right thing to do in the face of war. My perspective is it's more about an internal shift and change, and when we can start to discern between what is light and dark, or good and evil within ourselves, we'll start to disidentify from the noise and the psychic pollution that's going on and playing itself out in the world today. So we have to hold that darkness in a field of unconditional love and presence, which takes the form of the word no. Energetically, no, I'm not engaging. I'm just allowing evil to be washed to the surface, to be burned away in the light and die off, because it is dying. We're in the times of an apocalypse right now. Actually a time of immense light and recalibration and reawakening, but also destabilization of these old structures. And if we hold on too much, or resist, or even fight against what we perceive to be evil and darkness, we're just going to maintain it for longer than it needs to be maintained. It's dying off as it is. We need to trust that the light is more powerful and that light is infinite, eternal. It will always persevere because it's constant. It's always there. Just like the sun is constantly shining light, Shiva is constantly emanating for Shakti, our divine mother, to receive and pass on to us. So those are the 4 key themes. I'd just like to say that within everything that's going on right now, the most important thing is to trust in yourself. Trust in the light that you are, not some conceptual idea of what God or love is. Find it within yourself, within your own heart, within your very being, and everything that's meant to happen will happen. It's just an organic process at this point. And what is meant to come into fruition will come into fruition. You know, the change is already taking place, and it's an exciting time. Just like I'm very, very happy to be here sharing with you all today. I hope you found this new moon update useful, beneficial. Again, if you would like more information on the services that I offer, Akashic Readings, you can reach me at the email address down below. I also have a link to my Facebook page where I also share a bit about myself, my offerings. I put various different things up on there. It's just getting started like this channel, but check out my Facebook page as well. And again, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're safe, I hope you're well. I wish you lots of love. Excuse me. All the best that God has to offer you. We're in this together, you're not alone. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, peace.